Alright boys, what is happening? Welcome back to another episode of the F1 2021 My Team series here on the channel. And unfortunately for fans of this series, as you can probably tell by the title and thumbnail of this video, it's going to be the last episode of the My Team series for quite some time. That is right. I mean, I was going to say it's a spoiler, but it's not a spoiler. You can see it in the title. We are going to retire from Formula 1. We will get into that more and our decision making behind that later on in this video. But before we do get into this one, if you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like on the video as well. It helps me out massively. You have no idea unless you do this stuff yourself how much it does actually help you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on the way to 1,000 subscribers. That is the goal for the end of the year. Hopefully we can hit that, so do your part, subscribe to the channel, help us out. And yeah man, if you are a fan of this series and you've been with us since season 1, hopefully you should be up to date by now. If you aren't up to date with the season, with season 4 especially, the last season just gone, make sure you get up to date with that because we're about to go in and spoil the whole series basically. So I'll give you a minute now to go and catch up and then come back to this video afterwards. But getting into the video for the people who have seen the final episode of the season in Jeddah, as we go across to the standings here, you can see we did win the Constructors title and the Drivers title. That was the elusive one that we were chasing, the Drivers Championship title. Sasuke Gaming picks up that trophy, and Sasuke Racing as a team, of course, picked up that Constructors standings trophy way back in the Mexican Grand Prix, I want to say it was, that we got that confirmed. And just here, as you can see, as we go into our mail, this is the awards ceremony that we do get given. Codemasters send us that email through with the Career Champion trophy. We're going to go ahead and claim that for winning the F1 Drivers Championship in the My Team Career mode. And there it is, the trophy on screen right now, picking up the trophy. Nothing special, you know, there's no cool animation or anything like that, any cool graphics. That is it. We've picked up the trophy. We are champion. So back to our season then. I just wanted to go through, boys, basically what happened through this season, touch on some parts and things like that. And then we are, of course, going to advance through and actually end the season to get that final closure, because we haven't actually confirmed the end of the season yet. So I want to go to here, season results. We go all the way back to season 1. The drivers' champion was Valtteri Bottas by nearly 100 points over Lewis Hamilton. Absolutely crazy season for Valtteri there. We didn't actually do too bad. We didn't finish that low down in the driver's standings, as you can see us there. We actually got fastest lap in the USA GP with a terrible car. I remember at the start of the season, brand new car, we got 2 P6s back to back. People commented on the difficulty, but I remember in Spain especially, it was a very, very good race, and we got P6 because of a safety car. But we did start off the season with that man at the bottom, Dan Tichtum, as our teammate. He had a DNF in Belgium and then a DNF in Azerbaijan, which we pushed him into the wall, of course. That was our fault, if you do remember that, way back in season 1. But Dan Tichtum, a man who we saw in Jeddah last race, helped us out. We almost crashed into him. He almost cost us the title. We almost crashed into the side of him. But then to make up for that, he held up Max Verstappen a little bit. I mean, of course, that position didn't really matter. We were fighting for nothing in that last race. But we, of course, got Dan Tichtum, of course, held up Max Verstappen, and we did end up beating Max in that race in Jeddah. But Dan Tichtum back at the start of the career mode, I wasn't happy with him. He had them 2 DNFs. One of them was our fault. He had engine failure in Belgium. But look at that, P16, P15, 3 P15s in a row. I mean, it's harsh to judge him off that, because we actually did worse in those races that I'm judging him off. But we said to him, right, you've got one more race, Zandvoort. You need to redeem yourself in Zandvoort. And as you can see, we DNF'd in Zandvoort. So did Dan Tichtum. He actually crashed into us. Massive crash on lap 1 at like turn 4. Just absolutely crazy stuff. This season, all the way through season 1 to season 4 of the My Team series on this channel, it's felt like Drive to Survive. The drama has been crazy, and obviously I can't orchestrate it. It's to do with the computer, but the way it's turned out, like being almost level on points with Lewis going into one of the last races and stuff like that, it's been absolutely wild, the storylines through this game. But we did, of course, in season 1 get rid of Dan Tichtum, then bring in Callum Ilott. Callum Ilott getting his first taste of Formula 1, got his first Formula 1 point for us in Russia. Of course, then in season 4, 3 seasons later, we got rid of Callum Ilott at the end of that season 1. But in season 4, Callum Ilott came back to Formula 1 for Red Bull. And as we go over to season 4, he did finish P4 in the driver's standings and he got a race win, his first race win in Saudi, the last race of the season. So good to see a youth prospect, Callum Ilott, coming through the Sasuke Racing ranks. Yeah, we breed champions here. We'll forget about Dan Tickton finishing second bottom in the driver's standings. We'll forget about him. But yeah, Callum Ilott coming through the ranks, ended up at Red Bull. Like I say, we did get rid of Callum Ilott at the end of season 1 into season 2 now, and we did have as our teammate Nico Rosberg. I couldn't see him there. There he is, down below the Ferraris. We actually did better than Nico. I thought Nico did better than us in season 2. Maybe I'll have to go back and rewatch season 2. But yeah, so getting into season 2, we had our first race win as a team in Azerbaijan. It ended up being a three-peat in Canada and then France. My 3 best tracks probably on this game. So we picked up 3 race wins there. Nico Rosberg picked up his first race win for the team in Russia as well. A GP that we'll probably never see again after what's happening in real life. I've missed saying his name as well, Nico Rosberg. He had 3 fastest laps for us that season, as did we in those races there, as you can see on the screen. But we stuck with Nico for a whole season. He didn't do that good for us. We were miles off the pace of the likes of Red Bull and even Mercedes. We still got beat by a McLaren. Daniel Ricciardo beat us by 1 point. Wow, I forgot actually, look at that. Daniel Ricciardo 143 points. We were on 142, and then Norris 141, and then even Leclerc just below that, 2 points behind Lando. That was a big battle for P5 in the driver's standings, which we of course came out in P6 unfortunately, but obviously that doesn't matter anyway in the drivers. I wish you could look at the constructors standings for these seasons. It doesn't actually let you look at that, but I believe in season 1 Mercedes won the constructors, season 2 Red Bull won it, and in season 3 we got rid of Nico Rosberg. We gave him his chance and he didn't really do it for us, and we brought in arguably the GOAT of Formula 1, Michael Schumacher. Now Michael was only good enough to get P2 in the driver's standings. He got beat by Max Verstappen by nearly 30 points. Michael picked up 3 back-to-back wins in Portimao, Azerbaijan and Canada, and then he had multiple podiums through the seasons, 0 DNFs as well, but of course Max had a DNF in Azerbaijan and Russia, so Max had 2 DNFs and Michael still couldn't capitalise on that. A P9 in USA, P7 in Mexico, P8 in China and Bahrain. Can't remember what happened there. I think our car just stunk at the start of season 3. As you saw, we got P12 in Bahrain, so that's not what we like to see. Then we had those 2 back-to-back DNFs in China and Imola, and another DNF later on in the season in Mexico. And yeah, just very unfortunate luck in season 3. I remember those back-to-back DNFs were a killer, especially because we were on some good pace. We had some good pace in Imola. We definitely would have finished P3 in the driver standings, maybe even P2 or possibly P1. I reckon we could have got at least top 5 in Imola. Bringing it back, we had 3 race wins again in season 3, the same as season 2, but different tracks this time. We had Austria, we had Brazil, and we had the Saudi GP, our first time racing in Saudi, and we did actually win the race and get the fastest lap. Very, very fun circuit to drive on wheel and pedals. But of course, the first 3 seasons of this career mode were on controller, so maybe that was a factor towards it. But I can't remember who won the constructors. I think Red Bull won the constructors again in this season. Yeah, Max plus Perez would have got more points than me and Michael, so we finished P2 there. It was so close. We finished P2 in the constructor standings as a team, and then as an individual driver for the team, Michael finished P2 in season 3. So season 4, we knew we had to try and push for that title and for the constructors standings, constructors title too. So for season 4, we went from one GOAT to another. We picked up Lewis Hamilton, and as we've seen already, we've seen how season 4 went. Lewis started off the season 4 back-to-back wins. I thought it was going to be over. From there, we obviously pulled a bit of points back in Azerbaijan with Lewis finishing P4, and we won that race. Then we were just trading podiums. You can see the Canada, France and Austria run, P1, P2, P3 all over. Then massive turning points. We had the DNF in Great Britain. We had that gearbox failure in the Silverstone Grand Prix. Tried to bounce back in Belgium after a points deduction, or not points deduction, a grid penalty, sorry, after we had to take a new gearbox there. I think that's what happened anyway. I might be making that up, I don't know. But then we went to Zandvoort, a track I wasn't very confident at, but we did end up winning, and Lewis came P3, so we pulled back some big points there. And this was really the turning point then. I think, was Italy the first time I had wheel and pedals? Surely not. Or I think, in fact, no, it was Italy in season 3. I got the wheel and pedals in. I'm so confused. I'm pretty sure it was Monza, our first race on wheel and pedals. But I don't remember it being this late in season 4. Definitely wasn't that late in season 4. Anyway, yeah, getting back to what I was saying. So Italy was the massive, massive turning point in this season. We won the race with that fastest lap point, 26 points. And Lewis Hamilton picked up a DNF. That cancelled out our DNF in Great Britain. But to pick up that 26 points was absolutely huge for us. Then, in Russia, controversy. 2 safety cars came out in that race. Lewis only finished P8. And we got the race win again with that fastest lap point. And I think that was the first time we overtook him in the driver's standings. Then we go to Mexico. We come P2. And Lewis DNFs again. Absolutely huge moment. And that pretty much secured us the driver's title right there. It was still within 1 race points, you know. We took a grid penalty in Brazil, hoping that our engine wouldn't fail us. But even if it did, it would have cancelled out by Lewis's DNF in Mexico. We finished P2 in Brazil with Lewis winning that race. So he made up a bit of points there. Then we came to Saudi. All we needed to do was finish P5 and we would have won the driver's standings if Lewis won the race, with the fastest lap point. And Lewis was on for a race win and possibly the fastest lap point, but tyre failure in the race for Lewis Hamilton. He had 2 stops, whereas everyone else on the track did 1 stop. He finished P7 in Jeddah. We finished P2 with that fastest lap point and secured the driver's title with Max Verstappen and Callum Ilott in the Red Bull coming P2. We, of course, like I say, picked up the Constructors' Trophy back in Mexico. I want to say that was confirmed. Or it might have been Russia. We confirmed that, actually. So, just great season. Mad drama. Came right down to the wire. Things you absolutely love to see. There was some crazy driver transfers through the seasons as well. Zhou Guanyu at Ferrari this season didn't do very well. You see, he finished below Yuki Tsunoda in McLaren, George Russell in a Williams, and Jack Aitken in an AlphaTauri. Poor season from Zhou Guanyu. But rookie in Formula 1, you can't really blame him. But yeah, what a season 4 was. You can see the trophies here again. Every single race in season 4 was a podium for us. I just realised that looking at these trophies, apart from, of course, Britain where we did DNF, every other race was a podium. So we definitely deserved the driver's standard. It's not like we got lucky or anything. We did get lucky with Lewis's DNFs, but still, we drove our heart out this season. Yeah, back in season 3, you can see 4 race wins in season 3, actually. I missed out on that. I thought it was 3. We, of course, won in Monza. Yes, it would have been Monza in this season, in season 3, that we got the wheel and pedals, because we did win our first race on wheel and pedals. We got P2 in season 2 in Monza, didn't know that. And then we got P2 in Mexico and Brazil. Crazy races with massive grid penalties all around in season 1. But what a season it has been. We are going to go back to the main menu now and advance. It's going to ask us to renew our contract with Lewis Hamilton. But yeah, in fact, I've not even touched on what the main part of the video is, boys. So, Lewis Hamilton is our teammate, the GOAT of Formula 1, 7-time world champion. We signed him to the team to try and get him to break Michael Schumacher's record, or the record that he shares with Michael Schumacher, I should say, and get that 8th world title, but we beat him to it. Now, our teammate in season 2, very familiar with beating Lewis Hamilton. His name is Nico Rosberg. He beat Lewis Hamilton 2016, won the Drivers' Championship, and after that, he retired. And that is exactly what we are going to do, boys. We are taking after our teammate, Nico Rosberg. We've beat Lewis Hamilton to the Drivers' title. We've had a perfect season. Drivers and Constructors' titles. There's nothing left to win. So we are going to announce our retirement. That is it for the My Team series on F1 2021. We've got 2 F1 games coming out this year, F1 2022 and F1 Manager. I will be playing probably both of them, depending on how good F1 Manager looks, but the My Team series will return in F1 2022. Don't worry about that. I'm pretty sure that game comes out in June, so we've only got 2 months to wait, really. And I don't think I could have squeezed another season into the gap between now and June when that game comes out, especially because I've got final exams coming up in university. I don't want to put that extra pressure on myself to try and get those F1 videos out. Just going to do my studies, finish that, and then we can get back to grinding F1. We've got a press interview with Will Buxton. Let's see if he says anything about us winning the title, if we get any decent questions. Will Buxton, of course, the face of Drive to Survive. If you've run F1 Twitter, you would have seen this guy's face everywhere over the last few weeks. A new meme format came out with the guy's face on it. So it is the last day to sign somebody, but I was hoping we could go to the next season before we actually sign someone. Do we just pick up like Michael again to end the season or something like that? I don't even know what we should do here. You know what, boys? We may as well sign someone while we are ending the season. It's not going to matter anyway because we're not doing another season at this point. We're going to sign Carlos Sainz. This was my guy. We were almost going to sign Carlos Sainz in season 3. Went with Michael Schumacher instead. So we're going to pick up Carlos. So, Carlos Sainz is now a driver for Sasuke Racing. Carlos looking a bit off the pace in real life for Ferrari this year, but I'm sure by the end of the season he will catch up to Charles and be that guy for Ferrari to try and bring home the Constructors' title for Ferrari. So, our new teammate now, we can go across 2 contracts, and there is Carlos Sainz. Yeah, the Spaniard, our second driver for a season that we're not going to do. Just had to sign someone because Jeff or Max sent us an email here saying it was urgent, we had to do it. Lewis Hamilton is now a free agent. Now, I've done that on purpose strategically. Let's see how that goes. So, boys, it is the end of Season 4. We are going to finish it. Probably should have re-signed Lewis, actually, for this part. Because, as you can see, we've got Carlos on the right now instead of Lewis. I messed up there. But we get 69 million for first place in the Constructors. 50 million and 19 million for that other sponsor goal. We have $100 million in the bank. Yeah, we definitely should have signed Lewis because I have fucked up there. I wish we could go back in the save and do that all again. But I don't think we can. But yeah, Carlos Sainz is on the side there. Pretend that was Lewis Hamilton and pretend that had Hamilton's stats. That's why I wanted to keep Lewis, but then I didn't want to re-sign him completely for the next season. Do you know what I mean? But boys, yeah, there we have it then, boys. That is going to be the end of the F1 2021 My Team series here on the channel. You won't hear me say that ever again unless things happen, because next time I do say those words, it'll be F1 2022 My Team series here on the channel. But boys, thanks for all the support through this season. It's been a crazy one. Thanks to everyone who's ever watched the video, everyone who's ever liked the video especially, and subscribed through the seasons, through this journey towards complete domination of Formula 1. Which is what we did. We could have carried on going, tried to win back-to-back Constructors titles, but it was winning that one. Like Nico Rosberg, we beat the GOAT, Lewis Hamilton. What more do we have to prove? You know what I mean? That is going to be it, boys. If you did enjoy, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you next time, whenever that is. Hopefully I'll see you there. Take it easy.